Godot 4.1 Beta 2 has been released with a lot of relevant changes. Remember that this engine is currently advancing through the beta phase and getting ready for a stable release in early July. Today I will be checking out this new version. And now let's start. So here we are in the official Godot site. As you may already know, the betas, you can download them directly from this button, because as you can see here, we're going to download version 4.03. This is a like a long-term support. Well, actually the long-term support version is Godot 3, but this is the most stable version of Godot 4. A beta isn't considered a stable version, so that's why the beta isn't currently here. So the point is that if you want to actually download the beta, you will have to scroll down a little bit and you will find here Dev Snapshot Godot 4.1 Beta 2. You are gonna click there. If you can't find it here or here, you're gonna click where it says more news, and then here you're gonna look for Dev Snapshot 4.1 Beta 2, and well, here you're gonna have all the information. Here we have mostly information I said on the intro. Here it also says, for this beta 2 build specifically, we've outlined a number of relevant changes below, some key highlights you might want to pay particular attention to. Personally, here I haven't found anything really important. And also here on the what's new section, we have 50 contributors made 130 changes for this release. So we have all the changes here, and obviously we also have the download section. The download for this Dev Snapshot can be found directly on our repository. So that's what I was talking about earlier, that you aren't gonna find the version right here, so you have to find this post, scroll down, and here we'll find the actual download. So firstly, before downloading the version, it's always so important to remember that this is a beta, so there are gonna be lots of bugs, and you aren't going probably able to create a complete project and publish it, because as you develop, you're gonna face a lot of errors. However, it's very important also to consider that Godot's developers are considering to release a stable release in early July, so we don't have to wait a lot more, just a month or something like that. So let's now download. I'm gonna download the standard build, but you can also download the version with C# support. In this case, I'm gonna click in standard build, and right here you're gonna look for the version. In my case, I'm gonna download version for Windows 64, and as usual, this is a zip file which you have to extract, and there you will find the console of Godot, and you will also find the executable of Godot. Okay, so here we have the file downloaded. I'm gonna double click it, and I have it now open WinRAR. So here we have the console as I was talking about earlier, and we also have the executable version of Godot. So I'm just gonna open the executable of Godot. It will take some time, and now we just have Godot here. As I always say about Godot, something that is completely amazing is that, as you could see, I was able to download and then install and then open Godot in like what, maybe a minute or something like that. Unlike Unity, for example, that it would take hours and hours to download and install it. So the first thing I would like to talk about is the tag system that was added some versions ago. If you don't know how this works, it's very simple. We have this manage tags tab, which, for example, if I select this project, new game project, and I click manage tags, as you can see, I have already created these 3 tags. I'm gonna create a new tag, and I will just name it 1, for example. And as you can see, automatically this tag 1 was assigned to my game project. And the good thing about tags is that, for example, if I click this 1 tag, I will only see the projects that are tagged with this tag. But for example, if I also tag this 4.1 Beta 1 with the 1 tag, if I click again the tag 1, I will be able to only see these projects, hiding every other project that doesn't have this tag. So for example, I also have this completed project, in progress, and prototype tags, which, for example, if I click here completed project, I only see this project, in progress and it's in progress, and the same thing happens with prototype. This is very useful because when you start creating a lot of projects and you, for example, you spend years in Godot, probably you're gonna have lots of projects here. So tags is a very nice way to organize them. Of course, this system has some things that doesn't work really well or that should be changed. For example, if I want to delete some tag, for example, the completed project, I don't want to see it anymore and I want to hide it, remove it in a way, I can't. For example, if I right click it or I click the delete key, nothing happens, and I don't really think there is an actual way of doing this. Or for example, if I would like to show projects with 2 or 3 tags, I mean, for example, I wanna show the project with the completed project tag, and also I would like to show the project that are tagged prototype. I can't, as you can see, because as soon as I press completed project tag, the other projects are hidden. So if I wanna show completed project and prototype, for example, I can't. But of course, remember, this is a beta, and probably for the actual version, let's say for the stable release, probably these things will be fixed. Now let's actually create a new project. So I will name it, this is version 4 beta 2, well actually 4.1. I will create a new folder, leave the render as default, and let's see how much time now Godot takes to open a project. This is incredible. I really love this thing about Godot, that you create a project in a matter of seconds. So we are always getting this damn error here in the output that tells me to select a Blender path, but I have just opened a project, so it's quite annoying to receive a warning when I haven't made any change to the project. You understand what I mean, right? Of course, this warning isn't going to affect the project in literally any way, but it's so annoying, and I believe any developer likes having warnings. But well, of course, in this version we are not gonna see a lot of changes about the coding, about the interface, or about something like that, because we are currently on the beta phase. So this is just about bug fixes and maybe some other new feature or improvement to an existing feature, but that's not a big deal really. So let's just create a new 2D scene, and I will name it main, just to check out the workflow. Then to these main game objects, I'm gonna add a sprite, and inside this sprite I'm gonna quick load the icon. Also, I would like to add another sprite, and also I will quick load the icon. Now I will move both so to the center, let's say, and then I'm gonna move the second one a little bit to the right, so there we have our sprites, and again I'm gonna center both. So now that we have both sprites, I'm gonna rename it. It's gonna be named sprite 1, and this sprite 2, I wanna rename it sprite 2. I would like to add a script to my main node with an object empty template, so that we have no comments, no creative functions or something related to that. So what I'm gonna do is to, in the process, which is called at every frame, I'm gonna check if input dot is key pressed. For example, I will put key 1 if I'm pressing the key 1, which is the number 1, I believe. I'm gonna change the sprite 1 dot modulate to, for example, color dot blue. Then if we are pressing, if input dot is key pressed key 2, we're gonna change the sprite 2 dot modulate to color dot red, for example. Yeah, so this code, as you can see, very simple. When I click the key 1, my sprite 1 modulate, which is this one, should change to blue, and when I click when I press actually the number 2, this other sprite should change to red. So I'm gonna press play and select my current scene as the main one. Also, I will have to save it. Okay, now I will press the key 1, So that works just fine, and then I'm gonna press key 2 and this will work as well. Just to add one more sprite, I will duplicate this one and I will move it right here, sprite 3, nice. And then if I'm pressing is key pressed, in this case it's gonna be key 3, I would like to change my sprite 3 dot modulate to yellow, for example, yellow. I'm gonna play again. We have 1, 2 and 3. So as you can see, as usual, the workflow in Godot works very well. Remember that also have the web editor. I would also like to try this one out. As you can see here, we have version 4.1 beta 2 official, and I'm gonna click start Godot editor, and let's see if it loads faster. Okay, that wasn't bad. I got the video, but it was very fast. I'm gonna create a new project and I will name it 4.1 beta 2, create a new folder, create an edit, and now I'm not gonna make any kind of cut so that we can see how much time it takes to load a project. You can see super quickly, and it's amazing that you can actually create a game from a browser. So I'm gonna make something very similar, but just quickly. Main, I will add my sprite, quick load the texture I want, and then in my main I'm gonna assign a new script, and in this case in my process delta I'm gonna call if input dot is key pressed key 1. I'm gonna call the sprite dot modulate, it's gonna be color dot red, for example. I'm gonna click play, select current, save. Okay, now if I press 1, as you can see, it becomes red. And also remember we have the Android version that you can download it from the root web, I mean. Then you click download, and here you will scroll down a little bit, and here in the supported platforms you're gonna click Android. So here we have the version in the Play Store. You can download Godot 4, or you can also download the APK. So yeah, as you can see, Godot doesn't stop getting better and better. Godot is always updating its software, so it's important to stay up to date. In order to do that, subscribe to the channel because I'm always uploading the news of this amazing engine. So subscribe to stay tuned and see you on the next one. Bye bye.